Salutations, Caleb. It's Saturday. This video comes to you in 4 parts. The first part, hair. It's only my second video and I've already changed my hairstyle. I'm afraid this change might be too much for people. Part 2, names. In your last video you asked whether I would like to be called Michael or Mikey, but there's no simple answer to that question, I'm afraid. I've been Mikey ever since I was a baby, but I fear that's the problem with it, that it's a name that's made for a baby. But I'm in college now, and I'm supposed to be grown up, right? But I certainly don't feel grown up. I'm not sure if that's a problem or just a thing, but I'm going to assume that it's just a thing just so I can feel better about myself. All the people that know me best call me Mikey, but most of those people are from my past. That puts you in an odd place because if what we want to do works out, you'll be in both of those groups. Number 3, books, namely this one. If you really don't want your perception of it to change, then you probably shouldn't read it again. But you might want to consider the fact that it could be good to associate new memories with that. One thing that people can fall into when they have a drastic change in scenery is reminiscing too much. I've even fallen into that a few times in this transition from high school to college. Paper Towns is a book about seeing people as mirrors. That is, seeing who we want to be in them instead of seeing them for who they actually are. And I would say that Q acts as a mirror to the reader in the same way that Margot acts as a mirror to Q. Notice that when Green was writing Q's character, he didn't add any sort of physical characteristics or anything that really defined him. All we have to go on is his dialogue, and that's pretty much the dialogue of an average teenage boy. We can all see different things in Q, and it makes sense that you associate your summer memories with Q given the things that happened to him, especially in the beginning of the book. But just because that memory is always there doesn't diminish the fact that creating a new memory with it could be something that's really good for you. Personally, I don't really read many novels twice. I think that's more of just a time problem rather than being concerned about the meaning changing for me. What I do enjoy as an alternative to that, though, is discussing the book after I've read it. That may just be me, though. Everyone has their own life in terms of things that they consume, like the books they read, the shows they watch, or the videos they put on YouTube. Part 4. You may not know it, but tomorrow is a very important day for me. It's also very important for a lot of people around the world. It's the Milan Derby. What's the Milan Derby? It's when my least favorite soccer team in the world, AC Milan, plays against my favorite soccer team in the world, Inter Milan. And it explains why I'm dressed in this thing. And now someone's taking a shower. Great. Anyway, the Milan Derby is crazy. Let me give you a quick rundown of what happens. The Milan Derby takes place here, Stadio Giuseppe Meazza in Milan, Italy, otherwise known as San Siro. Football Club Internazionale Milano was founded in 1909 after Milan Cricket and Football Club were being racist and not letting anyone but Italians into their team. They've hated each other ever since. People make massive banner things like this breathtaking one from last year's Milan Derby that basically says, "We run this town." Then Milan usually does something stupid on the other side like this. Inter are known for wearing black and blue and are thusly called Il Nerazzurri. AC Milan is known for wearing red and black and are called Il Rossoneri. Inter have won the last 3 of these games, but this one could be tough because this guy's injured and he scores hecka goals against Milan. Also, did I mention people throw flares? Flares, 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 flares. Anyway, you should find some way to watch that game. Caleb, I'll see you tomorrow.